I want to warn you, this next story may be upsetting for some. Taking steps to stop suicide. Next weekend marks an annual event encouraging people to gather in remembrance of those we've lost and spread hope for a brighter future. Organizers say it's important now more than ever before.
One of us in some way, shape, or form has been impacted by this thing called suicide.
For many, suicide is an uncomfortable topic to talk about, but one that connects a lot of people.
Whether it's a celebrity that we fall in love with and we've lost them to suicide, whether it's a family member or a friend, it's not something that's crazy. It's not something that means somebody's weak. It means that they're struggling.
Ames Hart has been working with the Virginia chapter of the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention for the last 5 years.
You come to help and you get helped. And it's this beautiful thing that happens.
September is Suicide Prevention Awareness Month, and the Virginia ASFP has been hosting their annual Out of Darkness walks all across the state, raising funds that go toward suicide prevention resources.
Mental health and physical health are just as important as each other, and we know that 1 in 4 people are going to deal with a mental health issue sometime in their life.
Just seeing like that all these people had that same dark thing in common with me, it was just, it's like it was oddly like calming in some way.
Janelle Perangilino is a photojournalist for CBS 6. She covered the Richmond Out of Darkness walk last October, just 5 months after losing her mother to suicide.
I wasn't sure how I would react at all just because it was so new, where it's like I actually relate to this more than I did before, so I'm not sure if something's gonna like prompt an emotion in me, like am I gonna be able to go through this at all? Like just putting a face to that story definitely like personalizes it in this way of like, this is everyday people, like people that are like sunshine, happy all the time, that are always talked about as like being the light in a room, and no one would know that they're going through that.
The same kind of light, Perangilino says, shined through her mom.
A lot of the times when I was a kid with her, like, and she was just like in that like happy type of mood and everything, that was like when it was the best. Just like the idea of helping people like the way that she did, just by like her smiling at anybody, like, I mean, that's a lot of what I remember.
Allowing others to share memories about their friends or family members, Perangilino says, can be an important part of grieving.
Maybe they don't get to talk about this person like in that way on a daily basis because they're still struggling like coming up with the words. And I know I was kind of like that just with my mom's, and it pretty much got me to go into counseling on my own too.
Hart can't stress enough that isolation is not the answer, and that people can find resources and comfort in communities like ASFP.
And it's okay to be not okay together, because that's the best way to be not okay, because then you have support, you have connection.
Perangilino says even though she was at last year's Out of Darkness event for work, she walked away with her own moment of peace.
Just like this like perfect calm and quietness around, and it was just like the fall type of weather, just cool, and like it was so warm at the same time, just like the sun coming over, and it was just, I remember I looked up and it was just like these like calm like little leaves falling down, and it was just, I don't know, it kind of felt like maybe Mom was there too. Yeah.
This year's event will be held virtually on Virginia ASFP's Facebook page, but they're encouraging folks to walk together in their neighborhoods. If you or someone you know is struggling with thoughts of suicide, call the National Suicide Prevention Hotline, the number 1-800-273-8255.